One love, Delta 9 travelers. Welcome back to the channel. Well, there's some of these steps that are being made. Some subtle, some obvious. And as we analyze what I'm about to present right now and put our minds together as right thinking Guyanese, right? I want us to understand that there's certain things that if we don't come to a unified perspective on them, and if we don't have some amount of unity in the way that we move forward, and we're talking about inter-party as it relates to the opposition, and even more so, ethnic unity on a lot of different levels as we move forward as a country, then we are going to experience more of the same levels of corruption and a number of things that's going on in our country. We're going to jump into some of these insights right now, Delta 9 travelers, without any further ado. So, if you haven't already, it don't cost you nothing to subscribe and stay connected with everything that we present right here on Delta 9. Let's jump into some of these insights right now as we analyze, as we suss out, and as we put our heads together and try to really assess if truly what we're seeing going down before our eyes is what's going on. Right? Let's jump into these details.
Breaking news. This one is for Guyanese and all who watching this video in Guyana, out of Guyana, and around the world. It's a message going directly to Mr. Nandala. Mr. Nandala, with all due respect, you need to stop defending the president. And here why you need to stop defending the president. Moon just run till they catch up. And you cannot see a moon up in the sky where everybody could go out on the road, look up and see the moon, and then you gonna come out and say no moon in the sky. But when the people look in the sky, they see the moon in the sky. You would become a fool, and you is looking foolish defending the president. Because here why now? And Mr. Jack, the Johan pick the president finally. He never picked you, and I had great respect for you for being a president. And I don't see no means you would ever get a turn for being a president because you become a big man. And you is one of the man who have corrupt the constitution for the PPP government, and ministers could do what they feel like with we in this country. So one of the laws you are amending, the biggest corruption, is where you have ban corporal punishment in school. And fail or not, you promote a child. Today, look the situation in the street with the little kids there when school over. There's violence to the highest level. Drugs all take over the schools, and it benefiting the PPP government because remember now, y'all alone need all the wealth for yourself. Y'all alone need all the wealth for yourself. And it's showing clearly. So let me tell you, Mr. Nandalan, stop shaming yourself. The man who should be defending the president is Mr. Jack Dio, because under he watch, the president get all this land so and all this wealth. And even if you claiming it's half the amount is 75 acres, it could be even 40 acres. The development had to happen recently. This development didn't happen 20 years ago, because recently y'all talk about black belly sheep. Y'all build abattoir and all these things all over the place. So when you slaughter cows, you could be able to sell it. Now look what's going on. It's like the government up on an illegal racket because the cow slaughtering at the abattoirs is the government cows, the government business. Gold smuggling is the government business. Now look at this type of farm this president got. This is not a president. He got to be a farmer. And then this is not something who could be hide. This cannot be hide because look the size of farm. but it show, you know, it make I feel a pain because years now I cry now. How they got the black man living oppressive to himself. And this is the embarrassment not just to the Guyanese people or the poor class, to the black race, because how much elite black people could produce the type of wealth like these men. And the few black elites were there with PPP, skinning their teeth and enjoying themselves. And look, the nonsense so going on because this is just a farm. And this is bare-faced money spending and do what you feel like because you don't care. Because by rights, they should be in prison. And then look behind it. It's a blatant with such a farm, so much of billions of dollars spending. So you could tell all them bank accounts where y'all have in foreign banks, how much of money y'all spending out in other countries, how much business y'all have in other countries where we the Guyanese people know about, and all funding on taxpayers' money, taxpayers' wealth, taxpayers' resource. So wait, man, it's a dread is y'all as brothers and sisters. This is how we living in this country. So, and then Mr. Nandala, you got the belly for come for defend the president. Y'all ain't got shame. You can't defend the president. This president is a farmer. He is a farmer because he one the biggest farm in the country. He's not a president. He could never be a president. I mean, we Greens, man, we glad for such developments. We like these types of developments. But if he then retire and come off his job and then invest any money we get from off years of working into the farm, it well accepted. It well accepted. And especially we creating employment for the Guyanese people because years now it has hurt me for know that politicians is thief out our wealth and resources. And then just because of the dirty politics, they gone in foreign countries and they invest in it. They creating business in foreign countries and creating employment for other people. So it's good the president could doing this in this country, but not on taxpayers' money, taxpayers' wealth and resources, and then you, Mr. Nandalal, come in and defend it. The same thing you pass law overnight for spend out all we money and actually saying, do we feel like and nobody can do nothing? It's where the black race heading really, man. Can somebody answer Ishmael King question? Where the black race heading? Because remember, I accusing you for teaching we for hate one another and destroy we family, you know. Because how the a president could establish such a farm without fear of prosecution. And then Mr. Nandalal, shut your mouth, partner. Shut your mouth because remember, you had qualities of a president. And you never make it through for being Guyana president. Because Mr. Jack, you know good we doing. So what we want you do, Mr. Nandalal, is ask Mr. Jack if he have a farm. And what size is he farm? Because like everybody got a farm. Because everybody thinking about their future. Nobody thinking about the Guyanese people future. All the ministers and the politicians, them in PPP government, looking after their future. They are not looking after our future. That's why Jagdio could give away all we wealth and resources to friends and families. All we Isle Blacks, everything. And something need to be done, Mr. Nandalal. The PPP government could still die with some respect, by doing the right thing. But don't defend the president. It's too shameful. And he ain't got shame with himself as a president. And you know why he don't have shame with himself? He don't know which religion he in. If he's
telling you. So we got brothers and sisters on the ground analyzing certain details in certain aspects to this thing. Plus, I just dropped a poll question live in this video because we could do that now. Suddenly, these programs update and we have the ability to do so now. So the question is, do you think that the PPP would do a good job governing Guyana without opposition? Answers, yes or no. Participate in the poll. Let me analyze what's taking place. Because guess what? We just hear Greens man was analyzing a lot of the conversations coming out from the AG. Now guess what? It's only right that we hear from the AG himself right now, right here on Delta 9MEDIA. I want to say big up to all of those who are live with us right now and all of those who are going to catch this in the rewind further in the future. Thanks for tuning in and for making this video a place where you would come and spend some time. You understand? As we get into some right thinking analysis. Here we're going on right here from the Attorney General, because he's praising a certain system, you know, and he's analyzing the way that a certain person was able to govern Barbados for the last 15 years without any opposition. That's why I put that question in the poll. Because remember, different strokes for different folks. It might be working for Barbados, allegedly. I would love to hear from my brothers and sisters them in Bar that might have certain opposing views and those that might be for, so we could analyze what's going on. But do you think that this system would work for Guyana? And do you think that this system would work for Guyana with the PPP being the only party governing the country? Well, guess what? As we analyze body language, as we analyze tone and phraseology that's being used by the Attorney General, one was really beg the question if this is one of the things that persons might be taking steps towards. Let me hear what's going on right here, you know. Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers.
Can you dispute that Barbados is a democracy? Would you say that Mia Mottley is an autocrat, is a dictator? Do you know for the last 3 elections, Mia Mottley won every seat in Barbados. Her party won every single seat in Barbados. 3 consecutive, successive elections. Meaning that there is no opposition in the parliament. But that is the system that the people of Barbados accepted. That is what the people of Barbados accepted.
Is that a system that Guyana might accept? Yeah, I think if we should go to this kind of setup, if we do, I think that, listen, it shouldn't be no one party. It should be a collective from all the parties, right? And it should be a different kind of structure to the way that power is shared between all persons that are part of the governing collective. We all think about this, Delta 9 travelers. Maybe hear some more coming in from the Honorable Attorney General himself. Here we're going on right here.
If tomorrow Kamla Bisesar is to win all the seats in Trinidad and Tobago, there'll be no opposition. That is the system of Trinidad and Tobago. We have our own system here. Similar. They have force past the post. We have proportional representation. As a more representative system. I got the statistics here. Let me tell you what the statistics are. In 2018, the Barbados Labour Party, Prime Minister Mia Mottley party, got 73% of the votes, got 30 seats. A party got 21% of the votes, 1/5 of the vote, and got no seat. In Guyana, that is not possible. You cannot get 1/5 of the vote in Guyana under our PR system and don't get about 4 or 5 seats. 20% of the vote. Mia Mottley got, her opposition got 21% of the vote, but no seat. Are you telling me that they have a dictatorship in Barbados? That's the 2018 elections. Let's go to the 2022 elections. Mia Mottley party, Barbados Labour Party, got 69% of the votes, got 30 seats. The opposition got 26% of the vote, more than quarter of the votes, got no seat. Is that a dictatorship? Let's go to the 2026 elections. The Barbados Labour Party again got 69.8% of the vote, 30 seats. The opposition got 27% of the votes, no seat. In Guyana, you get 27% of the vote, you get about 5 seats under our proportional representation system. Every vote counts. In Barbados, 25% of the votes not counting. 25% of the people consistently, quarter of the population voted against the Barbados Labour Party. In 3 elections, they got not a single seat. Would this fella here who arguing, would he say that Barbados is a dictator? No, he wouldn't say that.
Different strokes for different folks. So unless you got a picayune brain, right, then you would analyze it in a one-sided type of perspective. Because listen, if we were to have that kind of system in Guyana, it would mean that a lot of the situations that we're dealing with right now would be dealt with in a completely different manner. There would be no opposition. Do you think that that's a system that can function in Guyana with the amount of division that we got going on even right now and since for so many decades at this point, you know what I mean? We all think that in travelers, we analyzing this thing, we sussing it out, you know, from a real place, because guess what? We talking about our country. We talking about the future, not just we future, but the future of the young ones, the future of our children, our loved ones, right? It's crazy. So if this is a step towards that, then guess what? We got to analyze who these players might be. As far as I see, we got President 1, President 2, and for me, I think Priya might be President number 3 to fall into this position, to create this situation where we would now step into that kind of parliamentary structure. Why? Because they would have already gotten rid of opposition leader number 1, which would be Honorable Mr. Norton. We just call a spade a spade. That's what happened. That's what's going on right now. He would never be the leader of the opposition in the next 5 or 10 years, given what's going on right now. Let me be real with it. Now, if we're moving forward and analyzing the presidential candidates that might be coming in from the PPP, let's analyze some of the persons that are being presented to us and some of the roles that they're playing. Because remember, politics is not about right now, you know, it's right now for we, the regular persons, but there's plans already in place, things are already set up to present persons in a particular light so that they can now step into these positions. What does the opposition, if it plans to continue to exist as an opposition, have in place to counter these steps? Let me see what's going on right here.
Your vision, like when you grow up, when you grow up, when I grow up, I will do this. When I grow up, I will do that. Yeah, we got to move vision to execution. There's a complaint that the building and the restoration is taking way too long. So what's the stall up? It's undesirable to have any project take this long. I mean, this is a long time, a lot of people inconvenienced, not only vendors, but people who want to come and shop at the market, right? So we can't do that. We can't keep prolonging this for years.
Within a week, we will finish everything.
So we could get this done within a week. Is this a door?
It's a stairs. It's a stairway.
No, but is this going to be a passageway? Because if it is, then you are this could be problematic for people. So nobody is inside then.
At the present.
But you just told me yes when I asked you outside. If anybody's inside, you told me yes.
Presidential moves, presenting that authority, that formal control of the situation that a president should be able to exhibit, right? Who else is being presented in this manner? Remember, we got a couple of years leading up to elections. All right, maybe analyze some more. And then we're going to get a chance to hear a number of other aspects so we could really come to a foundation.
I think that's the problem, you know. When I say stalls, I talking about people. When you say stalls, you seeing things at the city council, not people. That might be the problem with the city council. What we have to do, Angie, here is list out what has to be done in this market very methodically and then run it down with the city council, because this cannot be, oh, when you need the water, then because what you'll have is if you can't come in here and use water, you'll force the person to stay on the road. So you're waiting to go in the market?
No, I don't have a stall in there.
But if you can get a stall in there.
I sell in this market 33 years.
33 years. Thank you very much. I probably bought from you before because I used to live in Kitty, well, Newtown Kitty. It has to be a fair process with how people are awarded the stalls in there.
We all think that in travelers. President Priya to 2031. Can you see it? Do you think that that's one of the players for the ticket? President Priya to 2031. We all think. Let me analyze some more of these details. And guess what? It's good to see that Minister Priya at this point is out and about doing the work for the people. Let's analyze some more.
Right? A fair process. How long you been out here? Yeah. 4 to 4 years. Wow. When did you start? At 10? Because you look young.
When I was
You sell here, right?
years.
Yeah. So what you're saying, they don't clean?
No, I just clean it. All of them could testify to though.
When we open the market, this will still remain because that's part of the market. But you can't just tell her pack up her goods and you're not giving her a space. So where will you give her that matches so she can manage both this and her vegetables? Because you're not going to leave this on the road. You understand what I'm trying to say? How did you allocate stalls? Because frankly, that's part of the complaint, that it's not a fair process. The vendor is complaining that she's consistently selling here. So you see what's happening here, right? So before I get to her complaint, you can't have this leaking. She's selling food. So you gotta have some kind of covered draining going on here. So this is not an option. For Benchan and Wahab, you gotta find a solution here, right? So it would be all around the market. A solution for this. So maybe you give him here and there. So he sell, like it's a bigger space, but you're selling from inside. How old are you?
Huh?
How old?
9.
Oh my, and you come out every day. It's lovely to meet you again. You come out every day. Are you the oldest vendor here? You are? Yeah? Very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Early bump.
And I appreciate you and I love you.
Thank you, thank you. So there's a drain under here. The market is there. That's gonna be fixed. Let's look at how we're fixing here. Plot it out for me and then talk to me back about it. Right?
Now, all things being fair, if persons are going to really do the things to progress the country, if persons are going to deal with the citizens in a fair manner, making sure that there is no victimization on certain levels and change a number of things in the system, then you might look at the presidential candidate being Priya in a manner that you could say, all right, that's a fair change X, Y, or Z. You're just analyzing it. I ain't saying that I am endorsing this person for being president. We're analyzing what's taking place in front of our faces, regardless of how we want to call it. What you see is what you get, right? No. Persons are looking into the situations that people are facing right now on the ground, right? The former finance minister is highlighting these details you're about to hear right now from Honorable Mr. Jordan about the way, because we're hearing a lot of developments, a lot of infrastructural developments to come, a lot of things right there in that conversation with the minister to be implemented in that area, right? Well, we're going to hear from the finance minister, and then we're going to analyze some more about the team that might be accompanying this new presidential team or the new presidential candidate. And then we're going to suss out some more aspects connecting to this plot to remove the opposition from Guyana. Let's hear some of these details.
Borrowing locally. And the only borrowing they do via is through treasury bills. So the budget had a hole. Now you're coming for $54.9 billion more. Who is financing this? Or from where you're getting this financing? But that is why that particular document that the Fiscal Management Accountability Act talks about, that you have to provide reasons for the proposed variations. The document describing the impact of such variations on the financial plan in the annual budget. That is why that document has to be accompanying any requests. But the document before the Parliament, you know what it has? You know what it has for the reason for this request? I kid you not, that accelerates the rear coming to an amount of $19.1 billion. Reason? Provision of additional resources to accelerate work program. But hold on a minute. Wasn't this gas to power project expected to finish in 2026? Wasn't this gas to power project as a result going to take $10.7 billion as budgeted to finish it? No, you're talking about accelerated work program. Now wait a minute again. Accelerated to when? This is July. This is July. July is halfway there already. By the time this amount is budgeted, debated, and made available, you will have roughly less than 5 months in the year that is left. So what is the accelerated work program that they're talking about?
A very good question and a very good thing for us to analyze, because it might even be a new president and a brand new team before we see some completion to what's going on with this now the biggest project in Guyana's infrastructural development history, right? Now, they're trying their best to remove the opposition as we could analyze all of these steps. We got to be real. We got to call a spade a spade. And it's good for us to hear exactly what's going on from persons in leadership. Who better to hear from than from the president himself?
My farm is not a discovery. It is public information, including the discoverer himself. He himself knows about the existence of my farm. A farm that I have built and can account for every single investment in that farm. Imagine someone speaking about credibility and integrity. Azruddin Mohammed speaking about credibility and integrity. A man who is accused of murder, smuggling, beating people, kidnapping people, robbing the state and the people of Guyana of hundreds of billions of dollars. A man who has been indicted by a grand jury in the United States of America. Imagine.
I'm telling you, as we analyze them details coming in from the president himself, right, about the opposition leader. Now, the ruling is supposed to come on the 29th of July, just a couple of days. right? And you already see that they got reopening in the paper sharks case and a number of other things right now circulating that might land the present opposition leader in the penitentiary. Right now, there's a number of other things, not just the extradition and everything else connected to it, that is stymieing the progress of the opposition in the country. Let me not forget that there's a divide right now between the functioning, when I say functioning, I mean the opposition parties that are a part of parliament. Even though we know that that person's not in parliament, but is still out here advocating and doing the work with people. We're talking about ALP, we're talking about members in BPAC, we're talking about Forward Guyana. Listen, persons are out here, work is being done, we highlight it here on the channel, right? Now, the leader of the opposition is going to highlight some details in this video that if we put it together with the praise of no opposition in Barbados coming in from the AG, the fact that we have a presentation now of a female, for what I think, female presidential candidate, which could change a lot of things and shake up a lot that's going on in the political space in Guyana, and the fact that the former opposition is now relegated to being a smaller political power in our country, at least for the time, at least for this political cycle, right? Now, all of that being the case, if they were able to get rid of via the extradition or some other means the opposition leader right now, then that would render the largest opposition party in the country in shambles because your leader now gone, there's all of this big scandal, this, that, and the third. And what would then happen with that vacuum of power as we go closer to the elections, as we analyze everything that's going on with the development bank, the new steps towards housing, and all of these other things. What will be the other steps? I'm telling you, so many things for us to analyze, so many updates that I know I'm definitely gonna have to bring to you. So listen, if you're subscribed yet, it don't cost you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. Let me hear and analyze some of what the leader of the opposition is presenting here himself. The plot to remove the opposition from Guyana. What do y'all think? Is there a real plot or not? Let me go into these details.
Attention to every detail in this recording. You will also hear that PPP GCOM Commissioner Sais Gonraj is also implicated in this criminal fabrication against me.
Yeah. Yeah, come.
Sorry for this to be this like that initially.
Never see you before.
Never.
How things?
No, before I got this call, everything was okay, but
Oh, you gotta call us now?
yeah, so my father been at CID since 1 o'clock today, right? I'm talking to him confidence. I ain't want no publicity, I ain't want no problem, nothing. I spent a lot of years working at the general office in Andrani. I was our boss at GPL. I was the head of audit at GPL. I resigned. I was the head of operations with Procurement Commission. I resigned all those things because of the politics. young professional, qualified, everything, and I go in my car and do more in business because I don't like politics. I love politics, but I don't like what I see happening.
Now.
And I can't control certain things because I know big.
Yeah.
Right?
So how you get my number?
Travis
Chase.
Chase. I call Travis. Just me, Travis, are good friends.
Okay.
I spent a long time at the general office, 9 years of work here.
Okay.
The corruption in this country. I never talked about it. I went to the local government commission. I was there to audit and investigations after corruption. I resigned. I went to
The local government commissions for all the regions.
agencies and municipalities. We found less corruption in every region. Every region. One, Kuma, Bamako, everybody. Less corruption.
No problem. Let me hear what happened.
My point is, I do a lot of things in this country, but I never try to get public. Just try to stay in my plan and live. So today my father was arrested or asked to come to CID.
Which CID? Is your friend?
Yes, right? So I didn't hear everything. Somebody called me just to tell my father. So I tried to find what's happening. They said my father, I know this story before, but I can't keep it down.
So what's your father's name?
My father's name is Amar Ramsey.
Was the Indian guy?
The Indian guy. He owns the auto here.
Okay.
Right? He sold the car to somebody that they said was used. The car was used in paper shots more. Right? The person who bought the car apparently is dead. I don't
What's
know.
the name of the person?
I don't know. I don't know all the information. Right? I tell you that I don't know all the information, but I know what my father told me. I don't get so much involved in the business because I do my own
So
business.
why?
So this is what I'm going to explain to you, right? The person died, fine. My father gave a statement saying this is the person sold the car to the person.
So you had the documents, everything?
He had the documents. The person was there. Right? Fine. So there's some other person related or associated with you. They're trying to convince my father right now at CID that he has to say that person is the person who bought the car so that you could some way connected to that murder.
So there is a setup now.
It's a setup right now. And my father, they're forcing him. They said they're not releasing him until he changes his statement to say that this is the person that supposedly buy this car or had this car. This person isn't related to you.
Who's the person? So how Travis know about this?
I don't know. I can't Travis. Just now. Let me just get person name again. Travis, who's the name of the guy is there with us, no? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Mark Richmond.
Oh my God.
I don't know who's Mark Richmond. I don't know nobody. All I want, Mr. Mohammed, is to leave my father alone.
I'm telling you, a secret recording that we had a chance to hear part of from Mr. Mohammed himself. We all think about those details. And as we listen to a little piece more of what the AG might be highlighting.
Ignorance that is spewed on social media all day. And if I dare try to educate the gentleman, I'll become the subject of ridicule and abuse. That is what social media allows. Unadulterated ignorance to be spewed non-stop, whole day. I digress there a little so that I can give you practical examples of how superior our system of democracy is.
But the question that we are asking is, why are you celebrating, right, a person or celebrating this thought that Guyana might step in the direction, or it seems as if it's being done, and Guyanese is looking at it and saying, buddy, can we really put that level of trust in the present governmental structure that we got, let me analyze it, you know. Let me try to suss it out. And let me not forget that these were some of the most recent steps that were taken by our CARICOM partner.
First of all, thank you for visiting Barbados and accepting our invitation and coming with such a high-level delegation. The structure of your delegation and the commitment of your government has allowed us today to be able to find common purpose. Given our last visit to Caracas, we do not start from the bottom, but we already have a foundation from which to build. But it becomes all the more important that we cooperate now at a time when inflation and supply chain logistics are confronting all of our countries. Venezuela has done remarkably well in food sovereignty.
So, as you can see right there, and for those who can remember, Barbados went and sided with Venezuela to get into different businesses as it relates to agriculture. Let's ask why they didn't come to the food basket of the Caribbean, to Guyana. I wonder if it got anything to do with the farm and a number of other things that Honorable Motley just didn't agree with. I don't know. We all think Delta 9 travelers. Drop it into the comment section. Or definitely we'll have a conversation about it when I'm live, so we could really suss out this situation in a different kind of setting. Big up to all the travelers who are going to catch this one in the future. One love every
100% wildcrafted sea moss. Only the best, because you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.
No matter where in the world, we love Guyana. What are your colors? How do you represent? I love Guyana. Order yours today. We ship worldwide. Delta 9 Media.
One love, one people, the mission complete. One love, one flag, one nation, right? Under the stars, divine presence in the sky. Unity, no war, let the children thrive. Power to the people, we keep hope alive.
Yep. Delta9media.com, 8butterfly.com, healthy, wealthy, always. Plus, if you're looking for another way to connect with Delta 9 Media, remember, we do have Delta 9 No Filter. That's another one of our YouTube channels right here on the same platform. Subscribe, because as we build up the subscription count there, we plan on putting up a completely new format of content up on the No Filter channel. We're going to have different types of videos on No Filter than you would have on the Delta 9 Media platform that you're on right now. Plus, we got Gnosis Focus for those who are into studies, into the studies of the occult, into the studies of health, understanding the esoterics behind the straw man, and all of these other things. And guess what? Delta 9 Gnosis Focus. That's the channel that we take the flight to a whole different altitude, and we analyze a lot of things that we might not have the ability and time to get into on this particular channel. So make sure that you subscribe and be a part of everything that we have going on, right? We're getting into a lot of studies right there in the Gnosis Focus channel. There's even a WhatsApp group that we have for persons that are looking to connect with us, share pieces of content that they would like for us to share on the channels and stuff like that. That's our WhatsApp group right there. Plus, that's the platform or the group that we can share certain videos amongst one another where, you know, we might not be able to edit and present as fast as possible over here. So connect with the team, connect with Delta 9 Media. That's the WhatsApp group. barcode, scan it, and join. And let's all connect internationally. Let's all support one another. And definitely big up yourself to everyone who took a couple of seconds to thumbs up the live. Remember, it don't cost you nothing, buddy, but it keeps you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. One love every single time. And big up yourself. I'll see you in the next one.